Hi, welcome to the Sleep Solutions Lab, the podcast where we explore science, sleep, and see how we can build better health and tech along the way. I'm your host, Dr. DJ, sleep physician, circadian rhythm nerd, and someone who definitely didn't plan to end up in this field. Seriously, I fell into sleep medicine almost by accident, and I want to tell you what happened because it explains how I think, how I work, and why I care so deeply for sleep. So, picture this. I was a medical student working on a research project in one of the second poorest housing estates in the UK. It was a paediatric project, and I only chose it because I wanted to work with babies in their homes. We were trying to understand how babies learn to sleep by taking physiological measurements like temperature and cortisol, and I was measuring how biological rhythms develop over time and how these affect how the body functions, rests and recovers. And it was fascinating, but heartbreaking too, because babies who developed their rhythms later were actually at a higher risk of becoming seriously unwell. Metabolism, all the physiology was affected. So sleep's just not a side issue, it's foundational. But here's the thing, I didn't even know sleep medicine was a specialty. So I kept working in pediatrics and I thought that I'd stay on the typical hospital track. And then something happened. Parents kept coming in with their kids ill with asthma, fevers, and they'd say, the problem is we're not sleeping because my child's not sleeping, my baby's not sleeping. And it just kept hitting me. Why don't we learn more about this in medical school? We measure everything. Blood pressures, growth and weight curves, lung function, but sleep, practically nothing. And I got curious, and curiosity led me to dive in more. I started reading everything I could about circadian rhythms, REM, sleep cycles, and the interaction between sleep and our body's health. And I realized that every part of medicine, metabolism, through to mental health, all links back to sleep. So I took the leap and essentially did a medical type PhD in sleep, and everything changed. I got hooked, not just on sleep as a science, but as a diagnostic window into what's happening with our body and to see how we heal. And once I got started, there was absolutely no going back. So today, I work with people and companies who are trying hard to solve problems, whether it's burnout, personalising health tech care, working in the tech space, and it keeps coming back to the same thing. Sleep is the scaffolding that holds everything together. So if you're wondering why I do what I do, now you know. It all started with babies, temperature monitors, and it has led to a career that I didn't see coming. Thanks so much for listening to this episode of the Sleep Solutions Lab. And if you ever feel like your sleep is overlooked in your training or is being overlooked in your life, here is the right place to be. We're just getting started. So don't forget to subscribe, and if you've got questions or stories of your own, I'd love to hear them. So until next time, sleep well, stay curious, and take care of your sleep rhythms.